So, do you think there is a correlation between language aptitude and language learning?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so a second question. A lot of people who try to learn a second language struggle to do so because they also struggle to read and write in their first language. Do you think this applies to your students?
Yes. Well, I teach first grade, so my students don't really come reading or writing a lot. And I have to teach them by syllables in Spanish. And then since they're struggling in Spanish, they won't know how to transfer it in English.
Okay. So how does knowing that impact your lesson plans?
Well, I have to make sure I'm following the curriculum and trying to do differentiation between my low group, my middle group, and my high group. So it does impact it a lot.
Okay, so what do you think students need for them to be successful in second language acquisition?
Definitely having a lot of support at home. A lot of my parents only speak Spanish, and so when I do send homework in English, they won't have that support. So I need to do that a lot at school where I pull my small groups and have to help them out that way.
Okay, so from your experience, what is the biggest factor that has made your students acquire their second language or help them acquire their second language? Is it intelligence, motivation, a good memory, language aptitude, or maybe something else?
I would say motivation. They like to be, how do you say it? They want to be praised. So when they say something right, not made fun of.
So following that, what type of motivation is the most predominant among your students?
I think support between each other. So whenever we have like our grand conversations, they want the students not to make fun of them, because they'll have an accent, and some students speak more English than others.
So would you say that they are intrinsically motivated to learn or extrinsically motivated?
I would say intrinsically. I constantly talk to them about the importance of knowing both languages, and I even speak about how much we get paid, like as teachers, like speaking two languages, we get paid more. And I think they like being able to say I'm bilingual. So they really like it within themselves. I don't need to, give them anything or, tell them, yeah, just giving them stuff. They don't need that. They just like knowing that they know two languages, and they tell other students in the general ed class, hey, I know how to speak English and Spanish.
So knowing that, how does that impact your lesson planning, knowing what motivates your students?
I don't really put in my lesson plans how to motivate them. It's more based on the curriculum. But like I said, I level them as to how much English they know. And in English, for first grade, we only teach 45 minutes. So everything else is in Spanish.
Um, have you seen your students learn simply because they have no choice, because they have to learn English, or because they want to?
They definitely want to, because they want to be able to talk to other peers, not just bilingual students. At least my students are very outgoing and very friendly, so they want to talk to everyone. And then in school, not every teacher is bilingual. Like the specials teachers, like gym or computer, they don't speak Spanish, so they need to speak English.
This is kind of like a new question I just thought off the top of my head, just hearing you
That's
talk.
okay.
But what is something you think maybe other people don't know about teaching bilingual students, or that something other people might not think of? Like, is there difficulties, or I don't know, something that you've seen that you didn't even know when you started teaching bilingual students?
Definitely having to teach them that Spanish and that they have to be strong in it before they even transfer that into English. It's easy to speak it, but it's not easy to write it or to read it. And that is something that my students struggle with a lot. And so I'm bilingual myself, and I learned Spanish at home, and I did support it more when I started taking Spanish classes in high school and in college. But it's different. I don't remember how I learned English or how was I taught with like silent vowels and long vowels and all this stuff in English. I'm like, how do I transfer that for my students? And I think that's the most difficult part of it. And so my district tells you to have both languages put up everywhere. So if I have my word wall, it should say palabras, pared de palabras in Spanish, and then word wall. So it's having to plan both languages all the time is a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Okay. So that's all my questions for now. So
Okay.
thank you.
Thanks.